What's up everyone? Hardcore here. We talked a lot about the issues surrounding Final Fantasy XIV, and in this one, it is about a story. So before I start, I have to mention this. Disclaimer, this is a disturbing story that happened to a friend of mine, and as such, this story is not first-hand telling from one of us, but has been passed on to us by my friend and a viewer of the channel who has shared the story to me about what has transpired in both game and in his real life. And with that said, on to the story. This story, when it first happened, it was about a year ago. And he is the kind of guy that enjoys playing multiplayer RPGs, competitive and story-rich games. One day he decided to go back to playing Final Fantasy XIV when the expansion, around the expansion Shadowbringers. So he decided to try it, because he plays on and off. He wants to try new stuff on the classes and to enjoy the story of Shadowbringers. He actually liked it. And he actually enjoyed playing through the story, so he was like, yeah, I should play with you too. So we always played together, but once he came back, everything was fine, but one day, he met this person. It's a female, as far as we know, because she played as I think it was a female aura, and she probably changed to female Mikote, I think. Anyway, when he met her, like, while he's doing the story, she kind of liked him, in a way. In a kind of sort of way. So she was like, well, yeah, let's do this. I know the story. I can help you out. And he was like, okay, fine, yeah, sure. Even though he doesn't really mind playing with a female or a guy, it doesn't really matter to him. He is kind of an open mind, so he plays with whoever he want to play with. As long as it's fun, nothing like, no such thing as problems and all that stuff aside. But it started going downhill from there when he started talking to her. Because it sounded like she's kind of clinging to him. She would be like all over him. She was like, well, I like your voice. Hey, let's try this bonding thing. And he was like, well, I don't really need the bonding thing, but I don't really want to do it with you. So it's not that serious. I already have the, rewards and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter to him. And she was like, no, but this is better. Like, I really like you. I want to do this with you. And he was like, lady, look, I don't really want to sound like an asshole, but I don't really want to do this with you. It kind of changed her tone a bit. She was like, well, why don't you want to do this? Is something's wrong with me? And he was like, no, nothing's wrong with you. It's just, I don't really want to do it. Like, you want to chill, you want to have fun, you want to, like, play the game with me, it's fine. I just don't really want to do it with you. And then her tone started changing a lot to the worse. And he was like, well, I really need to stop talking to you because you're starting to annoy me. Please drop the subject, I don't really want to do it. And once he stopped talking to her, she kind of gotten so weird to the point that it creeped him out. She started messaging him all over the place on Discord, like talking to his friends to message him. When he was like, this needs to stop, because I can't really deal with this. I play other games too. I'm not really on to 14 a lot, and I just came back. You're kind of souring the mood. It got to the point that it got really creepy, because he blocked her after all this, because he told her, hey, listen, I'm gonna have to block you because you're starting to annoy me. And she got really furious to the point in-game, she started stalking him. She started appearing out of nowhere in places that doesn't make sense, like what's her goal exactly? He doesn't really care about it, whether she starts appearing in different areas, different places, he doesn't really care that much. And his friends started messaging him, telling him, hey, this person want us to talk to you about her, talk to you to DM her, and all that. And he was like, well, just ignore her. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. This chick is crazy. Like, she was fun at first, but it started to get to the point she's very clingy and something's wrong with her. And after a while, he got a message on Discord telling him that, hey, if you don't talk to me, or if you don't reply to me, listen to your phone after an hour. And he was like, well, what is going on? Why should I do this? He shrugged it off. He was like, yeah, this chick is crazy. I'm not really going to pay attention to what she's saying. It is kinda got him creeped out because after an hour exactly, he was playing GTA 5, I think. Yeah. And after an hour, he got his phone rang. And it got him creeped out because according to his message from her, he kind of remembered and he was like, well, what the hell? What is going on? Is it really her? He talked to me on Discord and he told me, hey, this and this happened. I didn't really reply to the phone when it rang, and it's kind of starting to creep me out. What should I do? And I was like, well, it's gotten to the point that she got your number somehow. Like it made us think that she got it from his friends, or she talked to his friends, which is kind of weird. How else she would have gotten his number? And he was talking to me, telling me, hey, we need to gather, we need to talk all together about, telling her to stop it. It might escalate, it might get to the, police and all that. It shouldn't be that way. You need to stop. After blocking her, or before blocking her, she messaged him telling him that she might kill herself if he doesn't reply. She really likes him and all that. It happened to all of us, I'm assuming, because it happened to a lot of people that I know of. But he got kind of worried because after blocking her on Discord, it got kind of quiet. She never messaged, he never saw her in game before. But after a while, his friends told him, hey, you shouldn't worry because we've seen her in game, and according to sources, she kind of changed her name and started playing again. So all in all, it kind of died down, and he was like, well, this is a bad experience, this shouldn't happen to anybody. But it actually, you might think, well, this is just an in-game thing, but you never know, it might happen in real life. So all in all, everybody should be careful. You never know, people are kind of socially awkward sometimes. They don't really know how to approach people, or they kind of what should I say? They kind of don't know what to talk about. They kind of throw it out there, not knowing it might creep other people out. So what do you think, Kaiser?
Yeah, and this isn't us, saying, oh, the whole community is bad. This is, these are very minute or very case by case bases for these kinds of things. But, growing up, um, it's always been sort of the guys are always the perpetrators for these kinds of things. But I don't think, in today, because I grew up in the 90s, so that was sort of the norm back then. But nowadays, that's not really the case, and these things can happen to anybody. But when it happens to guys, it doesn't really get the coverage
Oh yeah.
that others might.
And
And again,
especially with the friends list, right? It's like when you
mhm.
remove someone, it doesn't matter. If you remove them, you're still there in their friends list. So it's a one-way thing. And
And they
Square
could always
Enix,
make a
yeah.
alt, or if they're really desperate, make a whole other account
Oh yeah. That
to
happens.
message you and do that.
Yeah.
So this is just a be cautious, be careful, um, in everything.
Mhm. We're not saying everybody is creepy. Five Us 14 is a good game. It has good people in it, but
Oh yeah,
these things can happen. It doesn't matter if it's a female, it's a guy, whoever. Sometimes people can be creepy. So we're saying be careful, just be careful out there. Especially in-game, you might never know, it might happen in real life too, so... All in all, this is just our thoughts. If you guys have any experiences, share it with us in the comments, or if you have any stories you want me to talk about it in the video, let me know, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.
Ta-ta!